Do we think that Acrocanthosaurus could have hunted and taken down Sauroposeidon? Hey everyone, Mike here with Prehistoric Magazine. Welcome back to the video. Now, this has been a topic that's fascinated me since my teenage years, 25 years onward now, this idea of big predatory dinosaurs going after even bigger sauropods. And I've talked about it and written about it in my publication, Prehistoric Magazine. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you do so. It's down in the comments section down below, completely free. The next issue of Prehistoric Magazine will go out at the end of April. So love to have you join us if you'd like to do some reading at the end of April. But nonetheless, to the topic of the video, Acrocanthosaurus, one of the largest predators ever to stalk the North American continent. That's saying quite a bit. I don't think this animal has received anywhere near the attention that it so rightfully deserves. Prehistoric Planet, if you're watching, directors, producers, writers, would love to have you feature this amazing predatory dinosaur. I mean, think about that. It's one of the largest animals ever, predatory dinosaurs, to stalk the North American continent. That's saying quite a bit. This animal deserves every bit of our respect. It was an absolute beast, okay? Let's not get caught up in T-Rex 11 to 12 tons. This was still an amazing predatory dinosaur. One of my favorite predatory dinosaurs, no doubt. Sauroposeidon, an enormous plant eater, an enormous sauropod, an enormous herbivore, quite possibly the tallest dinosaur of all time. The head could maybe reach up 60 feet into the air. That's incredible if you think about it. And, you know, this animal is probably weighing in at somewhere between 40 to 60 tons. This is a gargantuan animal. Now, I think the easy answer to this is probably no. Acrocanthosaurus could not take it down, at least a solitary one. Now, could a pack of Acrocanthosaurs stalk and take down a Sauroposeidon? We do have trackways of Acrocanthosaurus, you know, several of them. I guess what's confusing is that they do not know if those are a pack moving together or those just different animals at different times, different solitary animals walking back and forth. So again, if you know more information on that, let me know down in the comments section down below. That's how I understand those trackways. Now, again, to the topic of the video, the probably easy answer is that it would have gone after easier prey, the juveniles of the species. But again, the juveniles would have been big too. No easy task at all. I think that's the key of life, is that you will always go after what is easiest. You know, it's just like us. We run a company. I run my own little small company. You have low-hanging fruit, tasks that make you money, easy tasks. The low-hanging fruit for Acrocanthosaurus is probably, if you're hunting sauropods, to go after juvenile Sauroposeidons. Much easier than going after a 50 or 60 ton adult that was the head 50 to 60 feet up and the top of the shoulders were 20 to 23 feet up. So right off the bat, that's much easier. Now, quite possibly going after these juveniles would have also put you into contact with the huge adults too. So again, Prehistoric Planet, if you are watching, I would really love to have you represent this scene somehow. You know, I like to envision it that when a herd of Sauroposeidons were on the move, who's to say that there weren't several Acrocanthosaurs or a small pack or a small family hunting them, constantly harassing them, waiting for one to fall, waiting for one to get weak, waiting for a young to stray too far and get picked off. You know, this scene has played out time and time again on the Serengeti in Africa. Lions hunting, you know, they separate a little elephant, a baby elephant, something gets separated. A lot of times the adults will come into the rescue, form a protective wall around it. I envision these sauropods acting exactly the same. I know they're not the same as elephants, but right now that's the closest that we can get to thinking about sauropods. So that's how I envision it. And I guess my question for you all is, do we think that Acrocanthosaurus could have even taken a run at Sauroposeidon? Now, I think depending on scarcity, drought, if times are extremely tough, you may just be so desperate that you go after something big. Now, who's to say it's a healthy young adult bull, Sauroposeidon? The easy answer, if it was going after a full-grown adult, would probably be to choose something that's very old, something that's probably on its way down, like we see in Prehistoric Planet Season 2 with the lone Alamosaur dying and I might add the extremely emotional and phenomenal soundtrack that is Prehistoric Planet 2. I could go on and on about how magical the soundtrack is to season 1 and 2 of Prehistoric Planet. It completely made the series as far as I'm concerned. So thanks for that side note. But again, if it was going to go after an adult Sauroposeidon, I envision it's probably going to go after something that's sick and weakened and probably on its way out. But still, think about something that's sick and weakened that weighs 60 tons. It is incredibly dangerous, even if it's losing its legs. I mean, think about when an elephant goes down. Okay, think about that. Think about when a wildebeest goes down. If you've ever seen that on YouTube, tremendous force hitting the ground. Think about a 60-ton animal, the legs buckling and collapsing to the ground. It would be tremendously dangerous even if that animal could not support itself. So even hunting an adult, sick and weak Sauroposeidon, and let's face it, it must have happened. Obviously, you grow up to be an adult, you're going to get old, you're going to collapse, sadly, just like we humans. So it would have happened. Now, would the predators have been there at that moment that it toppled, or would they have waited for it to completely hit the ground and then come in? Again, we'll never know. That's the extremely frustrating part about all of this. We will never know. That's why that comment section is so vital. If you're still watching, I really would appreciate you taking the time to leave a comment, chime in with your thoughts. The comments are what really are fueling this channel, and they're keeping me going and making the videos great. So I hope you'll chime in with your thoughts on this. But again, my question is, do we think that a small pack of Acrocanthosaurus could harass and take down an adult Sauroposeidon? I think it would have been rare. I don't think it would have been impossible. And I never want to rule out anything because nature is nature and it's unpredictable. We don't necessarily know what can happen, even in our modern world. We're still learning. So really hard to predict anything from a world we've never seen. But I think it would have been rare. But I do think there may have been times when that may have gone down, especially with a sick or a weakened Sauroposeidon. So again, love to hear your thoughts. Do we think Acrocanthosaurus could have hunted and taken down an adult Sauroposeidon? Really appreciate all the comments on this channel, and I hope we can keep them going. See you in the next video. Take care.